Hello, welcome to Travel World Online. First, the headlines. US proceeds with travel restrictions on foreigners. Paris terrorism attack impacts travel industry. Regular flights to resume between US and Cuba. The Imperial Palace Digital Museum will start trial operation in China. Now, news in detail. US is headed toward imposing new travel restrictions on foreigners who have traveled to countries such as Iran, Syria and Iraq in the last 5 years, tapping into public anxiety following the Paris and California terror attack. The restrictions would apply to citizens of 38 countries, mostly in Europe and Asia, who enjoy special travel privileges, allowing them to come to the US without a visa. Under provisions included in a must-pass spending deal unveiled, people who had traveled to Syria, Iraq, Iran or Sudan since March 2011 or who held citizenship in one of the countries could no longer enter the US through an expedited screening process. They would need to obtain a visa. St. John Cornyn said, "This is a potential vulnerability for the United States." Paris, lit up for the holidays, is a dream destination, a bucket list experience for many. But this year, terrorism fears have altered travel around the world. Airline tickets to Paris and other parts of Europe have been cancelled in droves. Hotel prices have plunged after the November 13 terrorist attacks in Paris. Expedia, the largest online travel booking company, has seen super high cancellation rates for Paris. All of France and all across Europe since the attacks, says Aman Bhutani, president of Brand Expedia Group. There's been a decline in people going to Europe as well as a drop in travel within Europe. Lufthansa says it has seen noticeable impact on Paris and Brussels and occasional longer security lines because of tighter passport controls. Air France says it lost 50 million euros in revenue of cancellations in November alone. The Paris Convention and Visitors Bureau reported mass cancellations immediately after the attacks and bookings down 13% for the Christmas holiday period compared with last year. For a Christmas weekend stay, the Sofitel Paris Arc de Triomphe is only $288 a night. The 5-star luxury hotel near the Champs-Élysées has had a year-long renovation and usually costs at least twice as much. Current price for a June weekend next summer is $791 per night. Paris for us has gone from being a very strong contributor to our business that's shrinking, says Dara Khosrow-Shahi, Expedia's chief executive. With strong dollar and stable economy, transatlantic travel has been surging. Even after the Charlie Hebdo attack, Expedia saw the number of Paris bookings jump 30 to 35% in 2015, but bookings declined 40 to 45% of the November attacks. The United States announced the resumption of regular flights to and from Cuba. The latest step is a historic thaw in relations. The United States and Cuba reached a bilateral arrangement to establish scheduled air services between the two countries. The announcement came a year to the day after Presidents Barack Obama and Raul Castro announced plans to restore full diplomatic relations after a half-century of enmity rooted in the Cold War. The countries actually did so in July and have opened embassies in each other's capitals. The aviation accord reached brought the countries yet a bit closer to each other as they move to eliminate restrictions on trade and travel and treat each other like countries without a historic gripe. But for now, the US trade embargo on Cuba remains in place. So does a ban on Americans traveling to Cuba for the purpose of tourism. Still, a stronger civil aviation relationship will facilitate growth in authorized travel between our two countries. The Imperial Palace Digital Museum will start trial operation on 22nd December 2015. The public can register on the official website to enjoy the full view of the Imperial Palace without entering the museum. At the same time, the staff reminded the audience the selfie stick and other prohibited items are not allowed to take into the museum. Located at the Gate Tower Hall, the Imperial Palace Digital Museum is a new type of digital exhibition hall which has combined ancient architecture, cultural relics and digital technology. It narrows the distance with the audience through the digital door and allows everyone to go into the digital construction and touch the digital cultural relics. In this way, the public can have an intimate interaction with the ancient and mysterious Imperial Palace. They can not only explore the palace characteristics and connotation, but also get much more rich and interesting experiences. In the future, some closed areas and buildings such as Sangzitang will be made into the digital movies for the audience to watch optionally. Thank you. Myself Neeraja Divate. For more updates, keep watching Travel World Online.